Hey gang, Uncle Todd here. I'm gonna go see Godzilla X Kong, Godzilla Times Kong, the new Godzilla Kong movie. Uh, Pretty sure it'll be action packed, a lot of special effects. Probably not as emotionally effective as Godzilla Minus One was, but what could be. I meant to do this last week, but as it was Easter weekend and had a friend that went out of town to his parents, and he had to leave his cat behind. I spent that Saturday visiting with his cat because you can't just walk in, dump some food, and leave. That's not how you take care of a cat for someone. You have to stay for a few hours. Let them know that there's a person around. If you watch Jackson Galaxy, you'd understand. Anyway, tell you what I think when I get back. Okay, that was quite the feel-good action monster movie of the summer. Although, we're still in spring. But, yeah, very good. Some emotional parts, but nothing too deep. Basically, we start with Kong searching for other of his kind in Hollow Earth because apes are social creatures. And the Monarch facility that monitors Kong down in the Hollow Earth are getting strange signals. So is the little girl that can communicate with Kong, who is now the adoptive daughter of one of the scientists. And she's been getting flashes of the same signals that are, well, they don't know they're signals yet. The mother goes to one of the podcast guy from the last film, and he figures out that they're signals and that it's a call for help. So they get a big expedition together, well, small expedition together with the vet that usually takes care of Kong, the podcaster, scientist, little girl, and a pilot who, spoilers, he don't make it all through the film. But I'll leave it to you to see when he gets his and how and why. Basically, he's being stupid. Anyway, while that's going on, Godzilla's going around sucking up radiation from from power plants, and then goes to one of the Titans and kills that one and sucks up all the radiation that's in that area, because that Titan produces radiation, and it's in one of, well, it doesn't produce it, it sucks up radiation itself from solar flares and such from its point in the Arctic. And so this has got people worried because it's like he's gearing up for something. Kong eventually finds a whole group of gorillas, large apes, and he's thrilled until he meets the leader, who is a nasty piece of work and has a ice spitting Titan under his control. The expedition, they find the group of Erie, that's the tribe that lived on Skull Island that the little girl was from. And it turns out from the writings that she was prophesied to come to wake up Mothra for when the apes try to get back to the surface. There was a whole myth. Godzilla defeated them. The main ape named is Scar, who we meet, and he's a nasty piece of work. And Godzilla gets very badly injured, and that's why in the trailers you see him with that mechanical arm. And the reason Godzilla is pink instead of blue when he fires off his atomic breath is due to, he starts out with his normal blue, but when he absorbs all the radiation from the Titan, who had a pink signature, it's now pink. Logically, it makes sense. Okay. And once Kong's repaired, he realizes he can't handle Scar on his own. Godzilla defeated Scar and entrapped them where they were in the Hollow Earth centuries, millennia ago. But he almost died doing it. But Kong can't do it on his own, so he goes to the surface. Even though Godzilla will see that as an invasion to his territory, which he does, and Kong can't really explain to him. But luckily, the little girl, she manages to wake up Mothra, who, I gotta tell you, they make Mothra look kind of scary. Not just like a big moth, but there's like real insectoid features to it that that large makes her kind of intimidating. Anyway, Mothra wakes up and heads up to the surface too. At which point, she interrupts their fight to explain what the heck's going on. And a little tear to my eye to see the three of them together. Very reminiscent of the old Godzilla flick Ghidorah, in which Mothra had to broker a peace between Godzilla and Rodan so they could all fight Ghidorah. And so we have an epic battle, part of which, because the Eerie can control gravity in their area of the Hollow Earth, that part of the battle is done basically while they're floating in space. Maybe 5-6 minutes, and then the gravity is returned to normal and they drop back down. So it's really good. There's a little Kong, well, a young gorilla who Kong kind of takes under his wing after some the little shit tries to kill it, and Kong doesn't take it personal and actually treats him pretty decently. So he becomes a kind of son of Kong, and he even gets to participate in some of the fights. The big battle at the end is really good because you've got Kong against Scar. You got Godzilla against the Ice Titan, basically responsible for the first Ice Age, or the last Ice Age. And then they switch opponents, which is kind of cool too. So all in all, really good action film. There's some heartfelt stuff between the scientist and the little girl because she's finally among her own people again. So will she stay? Will she not? You know, mother-daughter stuff, which is kind of also brings a tear to the eye. So yeah, really good action film. A lot of great special effects, some good humor. The vet's very much a hippie kind of all about love and togetherness, which is kind of funny. And he likes to listen to music during the action. So we get an interesting mix of like Golden Earring, Kiss. Can't remember what some of the other ones were, but pretty fun. Highly enjoyable. It's not as serious as Godzilla -1, but it's more of the campy kind of 60s Godzilla fun. With no suitmation because, you know, whatever. But the only missing is, of course, they can't do the Toho Godzilla roar. I don't know if it's the rights thing, but he's never done it, and I'm kind of disappointed in that. But it's a minor disappointment. So, thumbs up. Please hit like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.